I know you want to be the best blowjob giver for your man. Avoiding these easy to fix mistakes is going to take your blowjob game to the next level and have him coming so quick that he won't even have time to know what you did differently. This is part 3 in a series on blowjob mistakes, so go ahead and check out the playlist if you haven't seen the first 2 videos. The first easy to fix mistake is not doing dirty talk. When giving a blowjob, it's as much about stroking his ego as it is about the pleasure that you actually give him. One of the easiest things that you can do is to simply moan and make noises and show that you're enjoying it. But if you really want to make him feel good, tell him how much you love his penis. Compliment his penis. Tell him it's beautiful. Tell him how you love the taste of it, or you love it in your mouth, or how much it turns you on. Or even telling him how much you can't wait to have it in your mouth before you even start the blowjob, or how much you can't wait for him to come in your mouth while you're giving it. Seriously, this dirty talk can make any blowjob feel more exciting and more pleasurable as the man. The second mistake is not looking him in the eyes. Now, I'm not saying you spend the entire time staring at him, because that can be a little awkward when you're receiving pleasure, but there's a reason why in porn the girls look at the camera. It's extremely sexy, especially in the beginning when you're teasing him and you're warming him up. A little bit of eye contact can make him feel like you're really into it, and that allows him to relax and really receive the pleasure. Mistake number 3 is not enough hand pressure. A lot of women seem to be scared to apply too much pressure to his penis for fear of hurting him. And this causes them to go too light with their grip, so the blowjob doesn't feel as good as it could potentially feel. Really light touch and feather-like touch can be really good in the beginning when you're teasing him and playing with him and getting him hard. But once you get into the action, a good firm grip feels really good. And what you can do is you can squeeze as you stroke up, and then you can release as you slide down, and squeeze a bit more as you come up and release as you go down. Don't ask him in the moment a general question like, how do you like it? Because it's difficult for him to express to you exactly how he likes it. Instead, just give him the option. Do you like it firmer or looser, harder or softer? And if you really want to understand the limits of how hard you can grip it before it might start to hurt him, what you can do is do some exploratory play together. So when he's erect, say to him, I'd just like to see how hard I can go before it starts to hurt. And then what you can do is you can begin to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as tight as you can until he says, that's enough. I've done this exercise with multiple women just to show them that they can't really hurt me, because even when they squeezed as hard as they could, it didn't hurt. Mistake number 4 is going too rough with the balls. Maybe this one's just personal to me, but many women seem to be very rough and tumble with the balls. Yes, it feels great to have our balls touched, feels great to have them licked, feels great to have them sucked, but the amount of pressure that you apply when you're grabbing them, playing with them with your hands, or when you're sucking them is really important. You want to put just enough pressure that it feels good, but not too much that it actually hurts. And sadly, I've been hurt so many times, and I have to tell people, be gentle. However, there's some guys out there whose balls aren't as sensitive and they like a lot more pressure, so communicate with your partner to find out how much pressure they like. And mistake number 5 is not playing with his balls or his perineum at all. A blowjob feels so much better when there's lots of different things happening and you're getting physical sensation in multiple different areas. Many women make the mistake of just focusing on the penis and the shaft of the penis, and they ignore the balls completely. However, as long as you're not applying too much pressure and being too rough with them, touching the balls or the skin between the balls and the anus can feel really good. You can do light touch with your fingers as you're giving him a blowjob. You can massage his balls gently. If you find your jaw starts getting sore, then what you can do is you can start to give him a hand job, and you can move down and begin to lick his balls and give your jaw a break. You can also suck the balls into your mouth, which can feel really good, but never, ever, ever try to swap the balls around. This will cause your man to need to go to hospital, as it can cut off blood flow. And also don't ignore the perineum, because there's erectile tissue that runs from the penis through the perineum. So you'll notice that as he gets erect, the perineum will actually push out and it will get erectile effect as well. So you can think of it kind of like an extension of his penis, and it can feel really good to be touched lightly. It's really good if your hands are wet, then you can massage it, and a massage-like pressure can feel really good here. Mistake number 6 is not adjusting your technique based off your man. Just because one guy loved it and thought you were the throat goat doesn't mean that the next guy is going to like the same techniques. So often when I'm going down on women, something that worked wonders for one of my partners just doesn't really hit it for another partner. And the same is true for blowjobs. Some guys like it fast, some guys like it slow, some guys like you to focus on the head, other guys prefer if you go deeper or deep throat them. Try a bunch of different things and pay attention to his moans and his breathing and his body movements to find out what he likes. Many guys will give you the feedback in terms of noises or, oh yeah, when you're doing something that's really good. However, I advise in the moment you don't ask general questions like, what do you like? How do you like it? Or how does that feel? Because it's really awkward as the guy to give feedback when you're giving a blowjob unless you're saying harder or softer, faster or slower. That feedback's easy to give. Instead, if you really want to find out what he likes, then have a post-sex chat and say something to him along the lines of, I'd like to learn what you like and I want to get better at giving you head and more pleasure. What sort of things do you enjoy, or what have partners done in the past that you really like? You might have to swallow your ego on this one, especially if you ask what have other partners done in the past that you liked, because he might be thinking in his head, fuck, I really liked it when Lana did this. I just want you to do what Lana did. But you can get some really good tips and advice this way. And it also means that the next time you go to give him a blowjob, you can explore the things that you talked about and you can ask him for feedback and say, how does that feel? And the 7th mistake and the last one for this video is poor handjob technique when you're having a break. I get it. Your jaw gets sore and you need a break and you want to move to a handjob, but many girls just don't have the best handjob technique. They often don't keep the same rhythm that they had with the blowjob, but instead decide to go really fast, which can be overwhelming and kind of painful as the guy. But you can continue to give him amazing pleasure with your hands whilst having a break. To learn more about how to give the best handjobs of his life, go ahead and check out this video. And if you want more tips on how you can be the best lover you can be, head over to my website at passionately.com. I've got a bunch of free resources over there, like how to dirty talk, as well as more detailed paid courses to make you the best lover you can be. So go ahead and check that out now.